So beside me here, I've got the 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here in Black Raven. And honestly, this is probably one of the nicest luxury performance three-row SUV you can buy in the market. Let me know what you guys think. So in front of me here, I've got the 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here in Black Raven. This SUV is absolutely beautiful from every angle. I think Cadillac has done a fantastic job with the overall design and now the performance part when you get the V. So we'll start here at the front and we'll start here with the headlights. So over here we've got your daytime running lights with your LED lights. Now on the left side is your daytime running light, and then this is actually on this side, on the right side is your headlight. This is your turn signal light. Now as we carry over into the center here, we're gonna get a honeycomb blacked out grille. Now, as you can see, if you guys can look here, there is a light. So that is a grille light that you can get on the Escalade. And then the Cadillac logo itself is actually lit up here too. So this is a light around it. You're gonna get a camera underneath. I'm just gonna zoom out here for a sec. You're gonna get that honeycomb grille with the camera underneath to encompass your full 360 camera. Down below, we've got parking sensors on your bumper with some more venting down below. And then honestly, looking at it just from a profile view like this, I think it just looks so beefy and menacing. Now that is really it here at the front. I think it just looks incredible. They've done such a good job with it. And if you're looking for a three-row performance luxury SUV, definitely make sure to check out the Escalade. So that's it at the front here. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over that 6.2 liter V8. So underneath the hood here of this Escalade ESV V Sport, we've got the 6.2 liter supercharged V8. We've got 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet of torque mated to the 10-speed automatic transmission. Crazy to think in a three-row SUV from factory, you're getting almost 700 horsepower. This sound is incredible, and the performance numbers that it does is insane. So that's underneath the hood here. Let's take a look around the Escalade ESV V Sport and go over its options. All right, so let's take a look around the Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport, and we'll start with these massive 24-inch wheels. So 24-inch wheels we are on. You've got a red brake caliper there, which shows a V logo, and they are Brembo brakes. You're gonna get a carpeted liner inside, and the vehicle does sit on air suspension. You've got the V logo there that's blacked out. You're gonna get a body matched mirror cap here with a light here and a camera underneath to encompass your full 360 camera. Now here's a side profile view. The ESV is going to give you about a foot more of room. And as you can see around the vehicle, there's no chrome other than really that Cadillac logo over there. You're gonna get keyless entry only on the front two doors. You've got a power running board as well at the bottom there. And then over here on the door handle, these actually light up here. So that's nice to know, you know, at night, if you want to just have a little bit more luxury in the vehicle, it lights up. The door handle doesn't move, but when you push it, the door basically opens automatically. Now we're just going to open it up a little bit more. And then this is the interior of the Cadillac ESV V Sport. We'll start with the door panel. All white soft touch material here. We've got lock and unlock here, carbon fiber here, some more black soft touch here with some white stitching. You've got this fabric here also, which I think is a cool touch to add. You've got a lot of combination of colors here. Down here on the door sill, you're gonna get a lit up Escalade name, if you can see that on the door sill. And then this is what the seat looks like. So you're gonna get speakers in the front two headrests and also in the back, which we'll go over. You've got all soft touch seating here, heated and ventilated seats with massaging seats. And this is how you can control your seats. And then over here, we've got that 55-inch display screen here with carbon fiber. You've got the Merlet ducts here for a Cadillac logo there on the side. And then you've got more of that white stitching. You've got more carbon fiber here with more of that padding. Now down here is gonna be your HDMI and USB-C setup for this screen here on the passenger side. Now we'll get into that side once we get over onto the driver's side. And then over here, you can see that full panoramic moonroof. So really cool. Now this is where I think the cool part of the Escalade is. Now I apologize, I know there's some watermarks on it. I just quickly washed it, it just came in. It's gonna get a full professional detail. Now as you can see, I just clicked the door handle button and the door basically opened. Now this one here does have the optional executive seating. So I'll go over a couple things in just a moment, but we'll start here with the door panel. All soft touch here, you get that fabric, carbon fiber with some black soft touch here with some white stitching. You got your speaker there as well, all AKG speakers to note. Escalade there on the door sill. And then this is what the second row seats look like. They do have a massaging function down below here, and then here are your seat adjustments as well. You've got the speakers in the headrest too, and then you've got your screens here, which can be controlled. They're touch screens, and then you've got 2 HDMIs down below. You've got a 120 as well. Now, a couple things to note once you get in here, which we'll step in here. You've got a handle. You've got cup holders here, USB-Cs, and then you've got 2 wireless charging pads. And then if you open this up, this is actually a tray. So this will come out on both sides, and you're able to open this up, plug and play whatever you need to do, and you're ready to use your laptop and whatnot. And then to stow it, all you do is do this and close it. Good to go. This screen will control your heated seats, ventilated seats, your climate control. Now, it does not have dual zone climate on both sides, just one climate for the back here. You can change your ambient lighting and whatnot, which I will be able to show you guys once we get over on that side. But the biggest thing, which I didn't do before, is show you guys how to get into the third row seats, which I'll demonstrate right now. All right, guys. So to access the third row, there's 2 ways to do it. One is you manually push this forward and recline the seat. That's obviously painful. You know, you got to push a couple buttons. There's a button on the side here to push, and the seat will automatically get pushed forward. Now, getting into the back, the entry point is not that big. So I've heard of instances where people have gotten the executive seating and did not like it because they have at least 3 kids, and getting into the back is just a pain. I would highly suggest this if you're going to be driven in this vehicle only in the second row and you don't care about the third row. It's not impossible to get into the back, but you've got the button here to move the seat forward. Now I'll show you guys. This is kind of what it looks like in the back of the third row. So there's a button here on the side, or you can use the seats automatically. Now to get in, I'll show you guys. You're gonna have to move the seat belt and just kind of slide your way through. And there you go. You're in the back of the third row. When you're back here, there's a decent amount of room. You can put the seat back, so you can push the button again and have it come back. But once you're back here, it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. You've got some headroom here too. You've got a USB-C here, you've got a cup holder here, you got vents back here. But getting back here can be a pain, and some people may not like that. I would highly only suggest, like I said, getting the executive row seating if you're only gonna be driven back here on the second row, or like, I don't really know what other option you'd want, really, because getting back here if you have 3 kids going in and out is going to be a pain. Don't get the center console area. You know, have that walk-through area here if you have more than 3 kids, but getting in the back here can be a pain. And then getting out, obviously, is also a pain in the ass. But I want to show you guys how to get into the back here. But once you're back here, you could sit back here for a little bit. You know, it is comfy, and there's a decent amount of room. You've got some plugs. It's got the Alcantara liner too, so it's not bad. But you know, we'll push the seat forward again, and then to get out, you're gonna have to move the seat belt out of here. Now, I'm about 5'10", 5'11". If you're bigger than that, it's gonna be a pain. And then here's what you could do. So you could put the seat back just by pushing these buttons, or you can use that button on the side, and that's on both sides of the vehicle. It's nice that they give you the option for the third row. I'm not gonna lie, I think some, like Maybachs, don't offer the third row, and some people want the third row. Now, having said that, this is the only downside to the executive seating, but overall, I think there's going to be more pros than cons. Essentially, I want to show you guys this is how you get into the back of the third row. So I hope I explained that thoroughly for everyone so they have an idea whether to get the executive row or that, you know, entry point walkway. Now, these doors do have soft close doors, which is cool. And then here's a look at that back tire and wheel. You still got that red brake caliper back there and the 24-inch wheel, carpeted liner with air suspension. Now, that is really it for a side profile view, guys. Let's take a look at that back tailgate. So in the back here of the 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport, we'll start right here in the center. We've got the cleared out Cadillac logo there. We've got Escalade that's blacked out on the left, and then we've got the V logo on the right. We've got quad tipped exhaust tips there, and then we've got these massive LED tail lights there, and then you also have a Cadillac logo that lights up right there too. So I'm just gonna zoom out here. A couple things to note. To access the back, you're gonna push the bottom of the Cadillac logo, which I'll do in a second, to the right of the Cadillac logo down below. You can push that and access the back space if you need, obviously, which is nice. So if you don't want to open up your full tailgate, you're in a parking lot and you need to access the back, you can do that. They stow the wiper here in this little spoiler, which I think looks cool. You've got 2 cameras here. One is for your mirror camera, which we'll get into, and one is for the backup camera. Now we can push the bottom of the Cadillac logo and the full tailgate will open just like that. Now with the ESV, you're gonna get about a foot more of room. You've got AKG speakers back here. You've got a 120 as well. And then you've got your seat adjustments here, which you could actually fold down the third row seats. So very easy to do. Just make sure that second row seat is not far back because you may not be able to put it all the way down. And then you get a little bit of storage in here, but not much. You've got Escalade there on this back tailgate sill, but overall, you know, it's not too bad. You've got that Alcantara liner here, and yeah, this is basically the gist. Now with the Escalade in general, when it comes to towing, I believe you're gonna get over 8,000 pounds. Someone may have to correct me on that, but you know, you can't take this little plastic piece off and are able to tow. But that's it for the back here. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. I also just want to thank Applewood Cadillac here in Mississauga, Ontario for allowing me to review this Cadillac Escalade. Go see my friend Zach here. He'll hook you up with a great deal. All right, so taking a look inside the Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here on the driver's side. So you're gonna get the same door panel here, all soft touch, carbon fiber, soft touch here as well. Lock and unlock here with your window control. Escalade there on the door sill. Your seat adjustments here. And then here's a look at what the seat looks like, all soft and plush. You've got your screens here as well. And then here's a look over on this side. You're only gonna get one 120 plug, but two HDMI plugs. And then here's a look at that button. So that's the button here. When you push it, the seat is gonna be able to move forward and back. Now I'll show you guys the screen in the center here and kind of what functions you can do. So you got climate control here. You've got heated and ventilated seats. You've got massage here, and you also can help position the seat with lumbar support. You've got your different climate control areas here. And then here are your controls. You can control your doors, your ambient lighting. You know, you've got a ton of cool options here. And then cup holders there. You've got just a little pad here to store things. And then here you got two wireless charging pads. But overall, it's really cool. And this is kind of what it would look like if you're back here and you're just hanging out. Having massage seats back here and just heated and cooled seats. You got your screen here, speakers as well. It's a really cool place to hang out. And you've got your handle to help you get out too. That's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the front. All right, so taking a look inside the Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here. So we'll start with the door panel, all soft touch here, carbon fiber. You get white soft touch here, window and mirror controls here, and the mirrors are power folding and they have your blind spot detection. You've got your memory seating here, AKG speaker there, Escalade there on the door sill, and then this is what the seat looks like, soft and plush, seat adjustments there with massaging seats. Over on the left side, you're gonna get controls for your sport mode, air suspension mode, trailer brake controller, parking brake. And then underneath here is all of that fabric. So they didn't really spare any detail. So all that fabric carries down below here. You're gonna get more storage there. Overall, it's beautiful. But that's it before we hop in, guys. Let's take a look inside. So we are inside the Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here. We're gonna start with the steering wheel. We've got a leather wrapped steering wheel here, as we can see. We've got a Super Cruise here on the top, and then we've got your indication here that monitors your eyes when you are activated on Super Cruise. On the left side of the steering wheel is how you actually activate the Super Cruise. There's your button. You got a heated steering wheel button there, forward collision alert, your reset button there. This is your V mode. So once you click it, it'll turn up the engine sound, and then you can change a little bit more of some stuff there. So you got suspension, brake feel, engine shift, all-wheel drive, steering, and then your engine sound there, which you can change manually if you wish. And then clicking it again will kind of quiet everything down. Now on the right side here of the steering wheel, you're gonna have your audio functions here with voice command, your volume setting here, and then this here is actually how you control your front infotainment here. So you've got gauge, you got your Google Maps, driver assistance, and then these two are really cool. So you've got night vision on here, then you have your augmented reality. So it takes a little bit just for your night vision to boot up. So there you go, there's your night vision, and that's controlled again via this button here. Then you have your augmented reality. So you have basically a camera that goes onto the screen. So a ton of cool options here. You still get on the left side your RPM and then your speedo. And then when you want to go back to your regular gauge, you just click that button and then you're back to your regular gauge. Now behind the steering wheel, you got your toggle for your wipers. And then here is your transmission select. You do also get metal paddles there on the back if you want to put it into sport mode and use it. Now in front of you, you do have a heads-up display, as we can see there, and that is controlled via this screen here. You get speakers on the A-pillars, and then over here on the dash, you're gonna get a massive speaker, and then all soft touch here. Now on the sides of the screen, you're gonna get an AKG speaker there, and then also one over there. Now on the passenger side, you do get a screen which you can use. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So you can control the settings here. So you could turn it off, home, and then settings. You can click your HDMI, and then you can actually plug in, I believe, a Fire Stick down below here, and are able to use it with Wi-Fi. You got headphones here which you can connect, and then your different settings here. So you can kind of play around with that, and then you can also turn the screen off and then touch it to kind of resurrect it. Now this here is your front display screen. So this display screen here is controlled via obviously your fingers because it is a touch screen, or you can use this dial here. Now this screen here is basically going to control most of the functions in the SUV. So right here we can see we've got dual zone climate, we've got heated and ventilated seats. So once you click this, it's going to show your seats, and then you can change the setting of the seat. And you can also change the back too. So the middle row, you can put heated seats on or ventilated seats. Now we'll start here with the front. You can actually change the massage setting on here, so you can put that on as well. You go to temperature, you go back to your seat adjustments here. You can also change the position. So you have your memory seatings there. You can have it easy exit. It's just crazy the amount of options on here. Now that's via this button here. Now if we go here, this is going to control basically where your climate's going. So there are your climate settings there. And then this here is your temperature control. And then you can also change the temperature for the back. Now down below here is also a control button there. So you've got different hotkeys here. And this is how you control your heads up display. So once you click that, you can control the heads up display going up and down and the info of it if you wish. Now, a couple things that you can also do, you can click night vision and you can change the contrast and the brightness of it, power assisted steps. You can also change the doors and how you want them on. You can open up the glove box here, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing that really annoys me is the fact that when you click the control button, you have your lights button. Now, to control your lights on the outside, you actually have to go into the screen. There is no little button here, which GM typically has, like a little toggle here. That's one thing I wish they did, is just still put a physical light button, because going into the screen, let's just say the car's dead or the screen's dead, then how do you turn your lights on? Let's just say if you need to. So that's one thing I would say I wish they did. Now, if you click this little arrow button, here are some more hotkeys here. If you click the camera button, this camera is going to go onto the screen here. You can have the car park itself, another glove box release button. You've got a rear control lock here, child safety locks. Again, just a ton of options there. You could change the door setting there too, so you can have the doors open automatically or not. Lock and unlock, child safety. So it's just going to come down really to the user, but this is just basic, function of it. You also can click this camera button and have the cameras go on here too. So you click the button, cameras go on. Lane keeping assist button there, and then also here is a quick hotkey to your lights. But basically, you click this button here, it's going to basically control most of your stuff. So, it's just going to come down, like I mentioned, to the user. Now, having said that, using this screen, I would say using the dial is going to work best for most people when you operate the screen. So for example, I'm going to use this screen. I'm going to kind of cycle through. I'll show you guys kind of my hand moving. So this is how you would use it. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto still. I believe for 27, 28, you're not going to have Apple CarPlay. So that's one thing to note. Now you can click down on it, use the camera. There's a back button here. So you go back, you got your trailering settings, ambient light. So you can control different ambient lights in this vehicle. We'll go back. And then over here, you've got your entertainment hub. You can have it park itself. You can go to maps here. We're in great old Mississauga, Ontario. You can record things. You got your Wi-Fi hotspot. You can go down, and then you can also scroll over, and then you're able to actually put the glove box down with that button and then scroll over again. And then you have different hotkeys for down below. You can have a 3 separate screen option here too, so that's cool. And then over here, you got your dates. So we got Saturday, October 25th, 1:48 p.m. and it's 13 degrees out. So it's actually not too bad, 13 degrees. It's getting warmer a little bit. But overall, it's pretty cool. You got vehicle status here too. The maintenance, the gauges. It's crazy how many things. Now, if we click the V button, so I just heard the engine, the exhaust open up a little bit more. You could change the engine sound. So if we go to engine sound, we can go to stealth. So it's more stealthy, and then tour, and then sport really opens it up. So, and then you can change your engine shift, but it is a touchscreen too, so you can touch it and scroll through and do whatever you need to do. I also like the carbon fiber layout they've done in the vehicle. I think that's a really cool touch to add, and then more of that white stitching. You'll notice with the V, if you ever see one really and get inside, it's beautiful inside, I have to say. Now, a couple things to note. You're going to get a wireless charging pad there on the passenger side. There's a pad here on the driver's side with a USB-C, and then more of that carbon fiber carries throughout here. You're going to get more storage too down below. Now, you got your auto hold function, and then if you want to turn the climate off completely with just a click of a button, click that button there. Hazards down below, and then down below here is just some more storage here. You got your cup holders here with some kind of like brushed aluminum, design. Looks cool, and more carbon fiber. So it's carbon fiber everywhere. And then over here in the center, you can see you've got your center console area with Escalade there. If we open it up, this one does have the optional cooler, which you can cool things, USB, USB-C, and then here is your cooling temperature. And then this is a light, obviously, to help illuminate at night. Now up here at the top, you've got your rear camera mirror here, which you could turn on or off. And then over here, you've got your sunroof controls here. Now you can put the third row seats down just with the click of a button if needed, right? So you can click it and do that for both sides. You can have the max tailgate kind of like open all the way if you want. You can tilt your sunroof, light controls here. And yeah, that is really it here. You can't slide this. I know in the GMC and the Chevy, this console can kind of move back, but since this does have the executive seating, you cannot do that. I know I covered a lot here, but the vehicle honestly is stunning. I mean, the seats are very comfy, I have to say. I love the layout. The 55-inch display screen, maybe is it a little much? Kind of, but you're paying a crap ton of money anyway, so you might as well shove as much as you can in this vehicle. Now, I'm sure you guys are curious about price, so let's go take a look outside and give you guys my final thoughts and talk about price. So let's talk price. 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV V Sport here in Black Raven, $235,012 Canadian. That is a hefty price, I gotta say. But honestly, this vehicle, when it comes to like the luxury 3-row performance SUVs, I think this is gonna take it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Curious to know what you think about even the executive seating on it. That concludes this review, and we'll see you in the next one.